Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be playing a little homebrew deck that I have come up with myself, and this is what I live for in this kind of game. I love designing decks, more so than playing the game. I actually enjoy the sort of building and crafting of ideas and decks more than playing, and I know some of you will find that pretty weird, but that's just what it is. I just love, theory crafting stuff. And this is a Bilgewater Targon elusive deck. Now, how many elusive decks have you seen that don't play Ionia? This is probably the first. But I think that there is enough cards now in the game that are elusive outside of Ionia to make a sort of elusive deck. And that's what we've done here. And the deck basically combines elusive and gems. That's sort of the overall arcing theme. And this is what I have come up with. So let's dive into some of the cards, because I'm sure it's a bit unfamiliar. We've got 4 different 1-drops here. The 1-drop slots are somewhat optional. I haven't quite decided exactly what I wanted. I was initially playing Fizz and Misfortune, but I decided that Fizz is a bit conditional. He needs to play a spell, and we don't run that many spells. We do have gems, but we don't have the most spells in the world. And I realized that Misfortune's rolling deck was essentially, I was only using it for Crackshot Corsair, which of course is 1 mana versus 3. So I was like, yeah, I'll play Corsair and see how it does, and it's fared okay for me so far. So this is essentially what we got. We got Corsair, Gift Giver, Prowling Cutthroat, of course, is our elusive. And Spacey Sketcher. Sketcher just obviously can get us another elusive. The 3/3, of course, is very good for discarding the gems. You won't want to play this on turn 1, I don't think. Unless you're in, very certain aggro matchups, I guess. But most of the time you won't. You'll be waiting until you've got gems to discard to play this. And, pick whatever you think is the correct option, of course. More elusive, Golden Narwhal, of course, Lunari Shadestalker. Make It Rain is, again, good against aggro decks. If you are in an aggro matchup, then Make It Rain can obviously help you survive. Mountain Goat, I think, is, everyone kind of realized as soon as this got 2 health, it became a pretty strong card and a pretty solid 2-drop, and I think, that's fairly true. Pear Cascade, obviously. Lounging Lizard, of course, synergizes really, really well with the gems. You'll want to play Lounging Lizard, of course, on a turn that you are attacking. So even if you're attacking on turn 4, you'd rather play this on turn 4. But then the gems can help heal up the Lounging Lizard and turn it into a real threat if you need it to be. Mentor, of course, buffing elusives is, of course, bonkers. Salvage, just as a draw effect, you got to have some amount of draw in the deck. And, in case we start running out of steam, Salvage is a decent way of drawing cards in these colors. Zap, again, more draw, it's an elusive. Pretty good. Slippery Wave Rider is probably a card that you haven't seen much of, but a 4/4 and an elusive can be a pretty big threat, and that's essentially the whole idea of it. And it gives you a tune, which can be pretty relevant if you're playing on certain turns, and it gives you enough mana for a Pale Cascade, for instance. And finally, Citrus Courier, of course. We don't have any ways of damaging their nexus apart from Make It Rain on, on non-attacking turns. So you will mostly be using Citrus Courier on your attacking turns, but it can be a pretty good finisher in certain matchups, and, it gives you a big surprise value. People don't know what you're running most of the time. But also, it does heal stuff as well. So again, it synergizes with Lounging Lizard. And even against certain things like aggro, if you can get this off, if you can get to this point in the game and heal 3, that can be the difference between winning the game. Rallying and heal 3 against an aggro deck can win you the game a lot of the time. So if you can get to Citrus Courier, then, that can be a pretty good way of finishing the game for you. And that's the deck. And I think it's different. It's fun, even though it is elusives, which obviously aren't the most fun. But I really wanted to find something that would punish, Soraka and Tom Kench. And I was like, what punishes that? And I realized elusives are the key. Because, of course, if they have Lounging Lizard, which is their 1 elusive, which obviously, is a bit of a problem and is their best card for that matchup. But other than that, people don't know what you're playing. They have no idea. You've got no champions. You're playing 2 colors where people are like, what the hell's going on? So you can get some surprise value as well. And yeah, I really like the deck. So let's take it into some games. So a Misfortune Ephemeral Hecarim. I'm guessing this is just some sort of Bilgewater Shadow Isles aggro. It's quite an interesting concept, I think. But I am not sure exactly what this is. This hand, I think I'll get rid of one Shade Stalker. Find and make it rain. That could be good. I'm expecting some sort of aggressiveness from this match, obviously. We see Crack Shot Corsair come out. So yeah, pretty aggressive, I'm assuming. Which is going to be interesting. I probably do want to keep the Make It Rain, but we might have to see what else we've got. Okay, that's a great draw. It's probably the best draw we could have got, to be honest. And if he wants to trade these, I'm more than happy to do so. If he doesn't, I'm happy to do so. Now, Haunted Relic would be, you know, not ideal here, but we could go Sketcher into the Nari. Well, this Misfortune can't attack into this Mountain Goat, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, we'll discard a gem now. Ooh, Silence of Follower looks pretty nice, actually. You know, we could silence the Soul Shepherd here, that'd be pretty nice. Okay, attacks with both anyway. Not sure I want to take that much damage. So I will block with the Goat. Yeah, I think I'll just do that.
Love ya.
This is going to be a pretty frantic race, I think. I didn't expect him to attack with a Soul Shepherd, to be honest, but he did. So now we'll play a Lounging Lizard. Okay, well. Silence you now. And we'll obviously attack with those three. He's going down to 10. I think this was a pretty big Equinox there. So there is a Shark Chariot. I think we'll go for this second one here. I guess I'll take the Serpent. See what he does. So now obviously we will go for the Make It Rain, and it hits pretty perfectly. We got pretty lucky there. He attacks with those. Can't I block here? I can. So I think I will. Now this Serpent can kill Misfortune. And obviously we'll be probably going for Citrus Courier here. We'll just attack with all. Go in like so. No. He will block, but that's fine. Which should be good. Please play Hecarim. Okay, that's still fine as well. Yeah. Woohoo! So this is somewhat what I built the deck for. Obviously, Tahm Kench can be a bit of an issue. We definitely don't want to Make It Rain. Zap. Zap. Ah, do I want Zap? We'd have a 2-3-4. Okay, I'll keep it. I'll keep it for the fact that it's a 2-3-4. We find a Pale Cascade. That could be pretty nice as well. Okay, we found a 1-drop also.
You're all so cute.
But yeah, our whole game plan is that, you know, now this Narwhal as well, Not ideal. Guess what? I'm not going to block that. Shock horror, you may think. But I'm not going to block this. Crazy as that may seem, I'm not going to. Now, we probably will go Lounging Lizard instead on turn 4, to be honest. Box Plus also a bit of an issue. Maybe that's... See, Make It Rain is such a, like a... like right there, you know, right here, it would be pretty good. But anywhere else, it's pretty bad. Now, he has to attack, right? And I know he has to attack. So I'm going to wait, because I don't want him to kill this. Now, he'll probably Guiding Touch. I mean, he should attack with this as well, right? I think he made a mistake there. Yeah, so he will Guiding Touch. He won't actually kill. Oh, he will. He won't actually kill the Narwhal, which is pretty nice. We got this. So we could buff up this Narwhal. Which would be nice as well. But we are going to play Lizard.
What can I say, mate? I'm a survivor.
That's a rocker. Okay. Which one do we want to buff up? Get you to 4-3. It'll become 3-3. I think the Lizard would become a 5-5. He could pay a Cascade against that, and then it would die. Man, this is a tough choice. I think it's the Lizard, because we're gonna get the gems from the Mentor of the Stones. So I think it's the Lizard. Okay, he blocks with Soraka, that's fine. He doesn't have a Star Spring out, that's pretty helpful for us, I think. Now, if he does want to open attack, he could open attack with this Boxtopus. I mean, that would die. I can make this 3 attack. What would that help with? If he goes for like this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Also means Soraka can't hit it.
That's my tail.
Okay, Make It Rain. Not ideal on this board.
Ring the flippin' bell! Where are you off to?
Live with purpose.
I think that's still fine. Now we obviously need to heal the Lizard up 1. So let's go with... Let's go with... I guess we'll just go big. That's a bit annoying. Mostly heal up our Lounging Lizard. This time we can deal quite a bit of damage, as I'm sure you can see. So we'll start with Zap.
I don't change fate, but I can see it.
This is 12 damage right now. So I can make it 13. Oh, let's go. Deep, deep, deep. Now, of course, deep. Oh, this one's with Thresh. You don't see that too much these days. But obviously, deep. I think I'll keep this hand, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Deep obviously has the 1 damage thing, so these cards aren't as good. They do have, of course, 1 elusive blocker, the Abyssal Eye. If they can get to deep and get an Abyssal Eye out, then obviously that's not ideal. But if not, then you can, you know, cause them some pretty big problems. That's a good card for them to have, of course. So I guess I'll just go for my Mountain Goat. It looks like our mentor might have to buff up this goat.
Got me.
If that's what I want to do. There's a zap. I always think if you can play mentor on 3, even if we're not buffing an elusive, which obviously is the ideal, it's still pretty good. Now another hired gun would be not ideal, but it wouldn't be terrible either. Because so you'll go on the mountain goat, which is going to become a 5-4.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
Well, that kind of is the one card that stops our attack here. So I think I'll actually wait. Now he still might want to take this Mentor of the Stones. Absolutely fine. But we have been delayed somewhat. He got a very, very good start, I think. So we'll see if we can come back from this. Oh, he's just going to take the Mentor. That's fine. And I don't care about this damage. That is pretty inconsequential, I think. So we probably want to start getting some elusives down, I would have thought. So let's start with the Narwhal here. We'll go Narwhal into Goat. Slaughter Ducks now. As long as this doesn't give him an Abyssal Eye. He hasn't really started playing deep yet. Okay. Now he's beginning. Gets rid of a Vile Feast. Good to know. Okay, this could be a good card for us. So we could go Zap. I think the Wave Rider is probably a bit better. Just trying to deal as much damage as we can to him. If he does play an Abyssal Eye here, obviously I'll just give the Narwhal the gem and the extra attack. If it's Thresh, he's going to be taking the units anyway, right? Do I just attack anyway? Give this as much attack as I can? Probably. Now if he wants to block with Thresh on one of these goats, then obviously it's going to go down to 3, which means if he takes the Narwhal, you know, it'll die. We get 2 gems from it as well. Obviously now we have to be somewhat careful about what we play before this Thresh attacks. Gets rid of Abyssal Eye, that's pretty good for us as well. Doesn't make it rain. That's not doing too much in this matchup, I don't think. Obviously if he would have started with a lot of Dreg Dredgers, it probably would, but with the board as it is now, I don't think it's doing a lot. Let's see what he goes for. Obviously I don't want to give this Thresh a free kill. I mean, but next time we could have him dead to rights. Okay. Well, make it rain. Maybe you are useful. Just less health than me. We got a 75% chance. Okay, let's go. That hit pretty well, I would say, on the whole. He's giving Thresh the extra thing there. I still would have thought he wants to take this Narwhal, so I'm just going to pass again. Yeah, will that level up his Thresh? It will. But it is my intention to not give you another turn, my friend. As long as you don't have an Abyssal Eye or a lot of healing, I think I should be able to do that. Yeah, we're going to start with Zap. You could have Grasp as well. Grasp would be pretty bad. We'll end the round. Okay, let's think. How are we winning this game? Lunari Shadestalker. Do we have to go in this turn? If we open attack, I think we can surprise him with Citrus Courier. So let's start with 1 gem. Because that puts it down to 4. could go 2 gems now, but I almost think that would look suspicious. And I don't think I need to commit to that just yet. I think if I open attack, he might play like a sea monster or something. Oh, vengeance on you. Okay. Okay. Well then we might need to wait one more turn. Oh my. Do I have to wait one more turn? Is he deep yet? He's not even that close. I can courier. If I courier now, he'll go down to 5. If I courier now, I can, what? As long as he doesn't have Dreg Dredgers, I can make him lose this Thresh. If I courier now, I can give you an extra attack and he'd have to block with the Thresh. Just put him down to 4. I think that's worth it. And I'd keep you alive. As long as he doesn't have Dreg Dredgers. So now he has to block. Okay. I think he'd only be running 1 Thresh, so I think that's helping us a lot there. So now he's down on 4. And he's not deep yet. So I'm still liking my chances somewhat. Again, Abyssal Eye. He's just lost another Vile Feast. That's pretty good for us. Corsair could be really nice for us here. That's, you know, that's 1 damage. Make It Rain could be another one. We could only need 2 damage here. Which would be ideal. We need to avoid things like Grasp. This is where we want our salvages, of course. I'm not sure we'll get them. But he needs to find a way to get deep and do a bunch of other stuff. Okay, well, he's obviously helping himself get deep. There's a whale gone. That could be helpful. I think I'll start with this. Still on 18. Could have Jettison. But on 4 health. Goes for the Obliterate. There is not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Is there? No. I have to just press the OK button on that one. But I think now we'll Make It Rain. Obviously knowing that we'll hit the Nexus, I think that's somewhat important. Oh, what's this? Oh, he found another Vile Feast. Ah, I probably should have gone for the gem. I think that's a pretty big mistake. I just cost myself this game. Maybe, but maybe not. Because if this Shadestalker lives, I can give that the gem.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets. Darkness hides my path.
Well, I've seen him get rid of Vile Feasts. I've seen him play a Vengeance. He could have Abyssal Eye in hand, which could cost us this game. So what's more likely? He has Grasp, which would probably mean that he wins the game. If he's got Grasp, that would be pretty bad. Second Vengeance. He could have another one of these. Although I think he obliterated one, so I don't think he's got another one there. But he's got 2 Abyssal Eyes, I think. He's got... How many Vengeances would you run in that deck? Maybe 2? There's no Vile Feast. I think if I just commit to as many gems here as I can, I think that has to be right. The Abyssal Eye is just too much of a threat, I think. I can beat like Vile Feast this way. Oh, yes! Oh! Oh! I love this deck!